Hi, brothers and sisters. Since I had awakened last year, I was really interested in getting the answers of our mystery. What are the answers? Since we now know that we are all spirits, I want to know how the spirits were created. I would like to know how the reptoids were created because they are part of our history. And when you're awakened, you ask questions, you will get answers. Believe me, if you ask from your heart, you get the answers by many ways. You need to trust your heart because it is the most powerful thing, the most powerful part in your body. And I'm going to tell you this information because I will tell you the story of the earth. And before I do that, I will give you how the spirits were created and the reptoids were created so that you will understand that we are all part of God's consciousness. We are all aspect of God, whether you're a light entity or a dark entity. And everything here is just a game. So we have the power to change the illusion. So here's the information that I received. They said that from a cosmic point of view, all entities are aspect of God, whether they be alien to Earth or inhabitants of Earth, or whether they be from other planets or system or other planets of existence. All are aspects of the universal consciousness, a consciousness that resides throughout the universe in all things. When consciousness began to divide and fragment, each fragment took on its own unique appearance. Many of these fragments then divided further and created multitudes of fragmented beings, similar to each other. Other fragments of the original group divided into multiple fragments, creating multitudes of other beings, having different features, different from first fragmented group. Now, for example, those of the reptilian types and those of human types came from different fragments of consciousness in the sense of polarity, such as a line of a magnet or magnetic bar, the positive pole on one end and the negative pole on the other end. Now, if this bar were made of light or consciousness, and one end of that bar were to develop faster, the other end, the faster growing end, that will become the head, and the other the tail. Now, if the positive end of the bar became the head, it would result in a creature different from the bar, in which the negative became the head. The negative end became the head. And then they are speaking in terms of molecule levels, also in terms of galactic and stellar levels, and also in terms of universal levels, that whatever creature is created, it has a positive and a negative side, and one side is energized more than the other. If the positive side is energized more, it becomes the head, and if the negative side is energized more, it becomes the head. So this is the dark and the light. Now, the reptoids were born of the negative end of such polarized energy, and the mammals were born out of the positive side of energies. And there are, of course, many degrees in between. Now, thus you see the cat with its eyes having certain qualities similar to that reptoids, and the grace. And the dog with its round eyes and round pupils, having certain qualities and facial features more akin to the humans. Of course, the monkeys and anthropoid types are even closer to human type shapes and forms, and of course, the serpents and reptiles are closer to the reptoids and shapes, forms. And that many entities have been conditioned to believe that man evolved out of the animals, that the energies of evolution coming up from the animal led to the creation of mankind, creation of humankind. Essentially, they said it was the opposite, that out of consciousness came rays of energy, split and divided like that from of the prism. Now wherein light broke into various colors, and light itself carrying consciousness, unique to its own vibration and color, and then again began to split, created still further aspects of being, and which again split, carrying further aspects of being, and which again split, and continued ad infinitum. And that's why we are all like a hive. You know, we are all one. We are all one. So some I heard some person was so against with collective thinking. Because we are a spirit, we are all connected as one. If we are going to be separate, then you're not God, because you belong to the negative energy. Even some negative energy are in collective hive, but this is different ways. So I just want to say that we are all one. And also Darwin's theory is backwards. They said that the animals, they said, essentially are cast off from the consciousness of humans and other creatures, and are splits in consciousness that occurred as this big bang of consciousness occurred, and then creating all the reflections moving down into greater and greater fragmentation. Thus the creator was the consciousness, but the gods that took on form were partly the next aspect of that creator, and subsequently came the plants and animals that followed as consciousness splintered and fragmented further. So I just want to share this great information because I want to know, and I don't think I'm the only one who wanted to know how the spirit were created, how the reptoids were created. So this is great information. I love you all, brothers and sisters. We are all one. You are all God. You have the kingdom of God within you. I love you all. Bye.